It all started on a sunny afternoon in a peaceful suburban neighborhood. Picture this. My wife, a hard-working, passionate professional, was coming home from work in her uniform, ready to relax. But little did we know, this routine trip would lead to a confrontation that nobody expected, least of all me. As she walked down the sidewalk, minding her own business, a woman, who we quickly learned to call HOA Karen, spotted her from across the street. Now, HOA Karens are notorious for having a lot of opinions about what's acceptable in their neighborhood, and apparently, they think they have the right to call the shots on who belongs and who doesn't. This Karen didn't like what she saw, my wife's uniform. Without even asking or giving her the benefit of the doubt, she immediately jumped to conclusions, assuming something was off. Maybe it was the way the uniform looked, maybe it was the color, or perhaps it was just a bad day for her. But she didn't take long to decide that this was a situation that required the police. She dialed 911, claiming that there was an unusual person walking around in the neighborhood who didn't belong. She even gave a detailed description of my wife, her uniform, and the suspicious behavior she claimed to have witnessed. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Just as the cops arrived and started questioning my wife, they looked at her, and then they looked at Karen. The officers quickly realized that this was a huge misunderstanding. They asked Karen to clarify her call, but she could hardly explain herself. When they looked at my wife's ID and confirmed that she was, indeed, a local resident, things started to take a dramatic turn. The officers, who were polite but firm, turned to Karen and, in the most professional way, explained that her call was unnecessary. The embarrassment was all over Karen's face. She tried to make excuses, but it was clear she had messed up. Not only had she wasted valuable police resources, but she had also made an innocent woman feel like a criminal for no reason at all. My wife walked away, a little shaken but mostly amused. As for Karen, well, she stood there red-faced, realizing that her hasty judgment had cost her far more than she could have imagined. The entire situation turned into a lesson on how dangerous it can be to make assumptions, and how a small act of kindness or simply asking the right questions can prevent embarrassing situations like this one. So, the next time someone calls the cops over something silly, remember this story. It's not just about who's right. It's about realizing the value of understanding and avoiding unnecessary drama. And for Karen, let's just say she won't be jumping to conclusions again anytime soon.